Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dylan James. I'm a mindset coach that loves to specifically focus on relationships. However, I'm not just limited to helping you with relationships. Remember, life is not happening to you. It is happening through you. When you become the change you seek to experience, you're going to experience that change everywhere you go. Hello, everybody. I know I have not been posting as consistently. Let's get through the intro though. Okay. So when you become the change you seek to experience, you're going to experience that change everywhere you go. You are showing the world how to treat you based on what you believe and feel about yourself at a core foundational subconscious level. And you're creating your reality at a moment to moment basis, contingent upon the beliefs you hold about yourself, the expectations that you have in your reality, the feeling state that you're existing in, the level of confidence that you have, the level of self-esteem that you have, whether or not you think things are impossible and you feel defeated by what's presented to you, or if you can look at your challenges and even the word impossible. I know this sounds so cliche, you guys, but look at the word impossible and actually think that says, I am possible. Okay, so if I'm going to believe this is possible, how can I formulate an approach that actually materializes my desired result? Okay, and that's really what I like to talk about on my channel. If this is not your first time here, then you know that. I do talk about mindset and manifestation together, both from the psychological perspective as well as the more metaphysical, attracting things into your reality. But I always find that successful manifestation or achieving what it is that you want in your life requires an actual genuine alignment with a certain belief system, a feeling state, and a focus that you're having each day. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how action comes into play with manifesting. I've said in the past, you don't need to take action to attract into your reality, which I still stand by. Okay, but I'm going to answer and cover a few topics in this video, and I'm going to go over why I've said in the past there's no action needed to attract whatever it is that you want into your reality. Okay. I'm going to go over that actually from a few different perspectives. And then there's 4 different topics that I want to cover here, just in regards to formulating an approach that's going to lead you towards success. I'm going to say them right now just so that you can hear whether or not this video is relevant to you. So I'm going to be talking about the first step to really attracting in or achieving what it is that you want in your life, whether that be relationship, career, a certain dollar amount each month or year, okay? And that is, you need to identify your wants. What do I actually want, okay? The second thing is shifting the beliefs and the feeling state in regards to that want. The third thing I'm going to be talking about is being honest about obsessive and compulsive behaviors, because that's going to really throw off your feeling state and keep you feeling stuck, waiting, anxious. And your feeling state, in my opinion, is really, really important. Okay. So when I've deliberately created things in my reality, things that blew my mind, to be 100% honest, the one thing that I can see looking back, and even in my experience on a day-to-day now, is when I've genuinely aligned to the feeling state. I want to explain this because it's a feeling, right? So if my end state with a particular thing, for instance, love, that means I'm going to be devoid of worry, anxiety, checking. So the end state with whatever it is that you want to create is not this elusive feeling that you're reaching for. It's really kind of cutting out any feelings, behaviors, awareness, focuses that are damaging your confidence, making you feel defeated, anything like that. Alignment to the end state is really genuine confidence. That's the best way that I can word it, okay? So that's why we need to be honest about obsessive and compulsive behaviors, because that is going to mess up your feeling state a lot, okay? And the 4th thing that I'm going to talk about is dropping the past, the old story, and genuinely making this change. Okay, so let's begin by talking about what do I mean by no action, okay? So if you've never experienced manifestation before, then I could see how this would be a valid question. If you have experienced it before, then you totally know that there's no action required to attracting in whatever it is that you desire to experience. But I want to use my channel as an example by what I mean when I say there's no action really needed. So when I show up, or when you show up in a particular way in your reality, when your beliefs are in alignment, when your feeling state is in alignment, you're going to naturally attract to you the experience, whatever it is that you want, without you having to go out into your reality and search for it or try and force it and make it happen. That's what I mean by there's no action needed. There's no way you can force or manipulate the result, is what I'm really saying when I say there's no action needed. So, for instance, on my channel, I have developed a self-concept. I've worked on my beliefs for quite a while. And I don't sit here saying, please, please, please like my videos, please subscribe, please write comments, please work with me, please book with me, please do these things. I'm not putting action into materializing the following that I have. I'm not trying to force it. I'm not asking anything. I'm not trying to make it happen. I'm simply showing up and being present and being myself and being in my self concept. And it's effortlessly creating the experience. Okay. It's attracting in the experience into my reality. So that's what I mean by there's no action needed. I'm not trying to go out there into my reality or onto this platform, or really in any circumstance, whether it be a relationship or whatever, saying, please pick me, please do this, please, etc. Okay, fill in the blank. That's what I mean by there's no action. You're not going to try to force it into being. You're going to attract the experience into your reality based on how you're showing up, the beliefs you hold about yourself, how you're feeling. Okay, so in that regard, though, there is a bit of augmentation, a bit of conscious effort to become a certain version of yourself. And I've tried to really simplify it on my channel, actually, by literally making it, you just have to sleep with some beliefs on and create a structure for your day that sustains your feeling state. If you can cut out the searching, obsessive, trying behaviors, and you can actually genuinely stabilize in your feeling state and feel confident and integrate these beliefs and create a good routine for yourself, you're going to see that how you're showing up is going to effortlessly create a result. I'm going to talk about the feeling state in a second, because I think that's really, really important. I think some people are kind of missing that component in their reality. But I do want to talk about no action again in a few different aspects so that you can really get the point that I'm trying to make here. So I'm going to talk about it from a friendship standpoint. I'm going to talk about it from a relationship standpoint. I'm going to talk about it from a career standpoint. And I'm also going to talk about it from just a purely money standpoint if you don't have a career per se. Okay. So in a friend standpoint, okay, no action. What does that mean? So I know I've had experiences in my reality where I've had people that have really, really wanted to be my friend. And I actually wrote about this on my Instagram story, I think like 2 or 3 days ago, where I was saying something to the effect of, when you have those people that come into your reality and they're willing to do anything to impress you, they want to see you all the time, they want to hang out with you all the time, like they almost put you on a pedestal. It's very repelling because they're really, really trying. They're putting a lot of action into being your friend, and it becomes a bit repelling. At least that's been my experience when I have people approach me like that in my reality. Whereas when I have people that approach me in my reality and I can see that they're confident, they're stable within themselves, they're really easy to talk to, they're really enjoyable to just be around, the friendship just effortlessly materializes. Okay. So there's no action that you can do to really force something into being, especially when it comes to a relationship. If there's any sort of trying behavior, you're going to see that repels. Okay. And this is like really, really also in alignment with kind of manifesting just in general. This is kind of more psychology based, but also in the end state of whatever it is that you want to create, you're not going to be really trying to make something happen. You're going to be really confident, knowing, stable, secure within yourself, no anxiety, no urgency, no rush, a really stable knowing that no matter what's presented in front of you, yeah, I'm totally going to be that person's friend. Like we get along, or yeah, I'm going to end up in that relationship. So that's what I mean by there's no action, and how you're showing up in a moment to moment basis, contingent on your beliefs and what you're feeling. If I'm feeling really confident, if I believe that I'm really easy to talk to, I'm always accepted and loved everywhere that I go, I'm always feeling confident and embraced, and people want to be my friend, people want to be around me, then how I'm showing up in my reality and how I'm feeling, no matter what social circumstance I'm in, is going to be a reflection of that feeling state, those beliefs, which is going to effortlessly create that as my experience. I don't need to go up to somebody and ask them to be my friend. It's just going to materialize because of how I'm showing up. Okay, so I wanted to talk about that from the friend standpoint. Let's go into the relationship standpoint. Okay, there's a reason why I did the friend one first, because the relationship aspect too, you guys have to see this is also energetic. So I talked about this in a video, my last video, where I said there's typically a common pattern that people will go through in relationships. And I know I've gone through this a few times, and I've actually tested it a few times to see what the F was going on. So like, you meet somebody, you're not super attached to them, everything's flowing, everything's going great, they're texting you all the time, they're wanting to spend time with you. And then the moment you form any sort of attachment or anxiety or worry or doubt, fear, you think like, oh man, are they going to text me back? Are they losing interest? What's going on? All of a sudden they disappear. Okay. And they're not texting you as much or whatever. Okay. I've literally tested this in my reality where I was like, okay, this person's not texting me back now. All right. So I'm going to pretend they don't exist for a little bit, because clearly I'm putting way too much importance on them, and I'm going to kind of forget them for a little bit and drop this feeling state that I have. And literally the moment I dropped it, all of a sudden they're showing back up in my reality like the person that they were before they started being distant. Okay. So there's a reason why I'm talking about this though, because that example that I used with like in a friend environment, and your relationship is a friendship too. At the basis of it is a friendship. Okay. So if you're feeling like, oh, I really, 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 really want this. I really want this person to like me. I really want them to text me back. I really want to hang out with them. I'm going to do anything to impress them. I'm going to try and make them laugh. I'm going to send them a whole bunch of text messages and blow up their phone, or try calling them, or like planning ahead and all these things. Okay. Even if that's just energetically, you're going to see that that starts to create opposite results in your reality. Again, this is what I mean by there's no action. So if I'm knowing that I'm worthy and deserving, stable, secure, desired, desirable, attractive, fun to be around, I am a joy to always be around, people, if they date me, if you go on one date with me, you're going to be committed to me, hands down. Don't even need to try and make that happen. Then you're going to see there's really no action needed to create that as your experience. There's going to be a relaxed, like, I don't need to ask when we're going to see each other again, because I know we're going to see each other again. I don't need to like pay attention to when you're texting me or what you're doing all the time, because I know you're going to want to see me all the time, and you're going to text me and talk to me all the time, no matter what. Why? Because, well, I'm boyfriend, I'm husband, I'm attractive, I'm stable, I'm secure, right? So that's what I mean by there's no action required, because when you actually step into this self-concept and this feeling state and this version of yourself, not only are you going to see that that attracts the experience to you, but it also sustains it. So when you are with this person in your relationship, or you're just meeting them, because you're consistently showing up as a certain way that is highly attractive, stable, and secure, that's going to allow for this experience to continue to materialize. So there has to be a consistency with your beliefs, with your feeling state, and how you're showing up on a moment-to-moment basis. And if you can get all three of those things in alignment, you're going to see that your relationship naturally continues to evolve in the direction that you want it to go. Okay. Now let's talk about career. So and I want you guys to know, so I haven't been posting success stories on my channel lately. I kind of took a step back from YouTube, obviously, because over the past 5 months, I think I've made like 190 videos. So I've put out a lot of content, and I think I just need to I'm getting caught up on the business aspect and like coaching that people have been doing with me, but I just needed to relax a little bit. It was a lot, right? Consistency, which is great. So from the career aspect, I get tons and tons and tons of success stories. And I got a really awesome success story. There was a reason why I just said what I said, which was I haven't been posting as many success stories or been as active on my channel, but particularly the success stories. Because if you go to my community tab, you can probably scroll through that community tab for like 45 minutes and see success story after success story after success story after success story. So for a good minute there, I was posting tons of success stories so that you guys could see if you genuinely apply this, it's not BS, you'll get results in your reality. But I get tons and tons and tons and tons of success stories every day. I don't even post most of the ones that I get. So let's talk about career now, because I got a success story the other day of somebody that had gone to school to be a PA, and they had been applying for jobs all over the place, could not get the job that they desired, and they started sleeping with affirmations on, and all of a sudden the job came in. Okay, so this section that I'm talking about here is if you have a particular skill that you have learned, right? So for me, I'm a mindset coach. I've done a lot of learning regarding mindset. Okay. I've invested a lot in my education surrounding topics like psychology and just manifestation in general, put together with my life experience as well. So I've done some action in regards to being this version of myself. I've learned the skills. I've become it, right? Now, why am I able to be successful? So this is where understanding, you could have two people that have the same exact product, but one of them is super successful and one of them is not. It's not the product that sells. It's the person and how they're showing up and what they're attracting into their reality. So I'll see people that, and I think this is a common thing for a lot of people that are college graduates, to have an issue actually getting the job that they've done all this schooling for. I see college debt as I'm not the only one that knows this. You see that as a primary problem that a lot of people have. Well, the other thing that needs to come in alignment here is recognizing yourself, your worth, knowing that you're deserving. Okay. And when you get that self-concept piece in alignment, when it comes to career, you're going to see that you'll effortlessly attract in the opportunities to you. So this kind of aligns with the friendship thing too. So if I'm feeling really urgent and needing, which is again, rational. So if you've put in all this work to align with a specific career field and you're not getting that career right off the bat, if your feeling state is knocked out of alignment and your self-concept is not in alignment, so you could have all the skills but not believe in yourself, right? You could be lacking confidence. You could be lacking self-esteem. You could be getting repeated rejections over and over and over again, which have created a very undesirable feeling state. You're going to find that you're going out into your reality and really, 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 really trying to get that career. And probably you're at a space where you're like, I don't understand why I can't get this job because I'm so qualified. Okay. Well, it's not about getting the job. It's about actually coming into alignment with it. So you could have the skill set, but you don't have the actual self-concept and the feeling state to attract in that career. Okay. So again, this is where you have to see, how are you approaching this? What are your beliefs? What are you feeling? Because it really shouldn't be a trying process. If I have these skills, just like my channel, then I'm going to show up in a way that is confident, that shows that I'm a highly valued individual that knows what they're doing. And I'm going to feel very calm and relaxed. And maybe typically what I'll see for people that are in these situations is they'll get like a random advertisement that pops up. A friend will call them. Some way, some shape, somehow this job opportunity just ends up coming to you. So if you're in a really distressed space with your job and you're feeling like, how am I supposed to take no action to get this career? Well, if you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, you're applying to tons and tons and tons and tons of jobs. You're trying really, 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 really hard. Your feeling state is completely out of alignment. Okay. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. And this is the aspect of mindset work where you do have to have an ability to take a step back, let go for a little bit, trust, and put the focus on yourself and get your feeling state and your beliefs in alignment. Because, and I've seen this in my reality, when you can take a step back and actually align yourself, you're going to really come into alignment with the experience you want to have. Okay. So that, again, why am I talking about this? Well, there's not really any action. If you're genuinely being this version of yourself, so if you have this skill set, then you shouldn't be having to go out there begging people to hire you or really try. If you're in that feeling state, you're going to see that's why you're not getting the experience. So there has to be an aspect where you take a step back and you recognize yourself, you feel confident, you get that self-esteem up, and you're going to see that as you get that in alignment, the opportunity is going to be attracted to you. Okay. The last thing I want to talk about is a money amount. So let's say you don't have a specific skill set. Okay. So you haven't gone to school for something, or you're in a more creative position, singer, actor. I work with so many different people. So kind of what when it comes to attracting a dollar amount into your reality. So let's say I want to make $1,000 every 2 days, or $1,000 a day, or I want to make $10,000 a month. Okay. This again goes to the first point that I'm going to have after I answer all these things about the no action, which is identifying the want. So if that's $10,000 a month or $300 a day, I need to get clear with what is it that I want. Okay. Then you need to ask yourself, what are the beliefs? This is actually going into the main point of the video. So we're going to take the money amount and start going into the actual point of this video here too. Okay. So identifying the want, then you have to ask yourself, okay, if I'm the version of myself that makes $10,000 a day, what beliefs does that version of me have? Okay. Which I already have money beliefs on my channel. I help you guys out with that a lot. The second thing is getting aligned to your feeling state. Now, what should happen as you align to this version of yourself is you'll have the natural inspiration, or you'll attract in the opportunity that's going to materialize that stream of income through whatever strength and personal unique skill set that you have. You don't have to be specialized in a particular career, but in order to really align with the dollar amount, then you need to identify what it is that you want and know it's done. Let's talk about that here too, okay? I don't like the approach of pounding affirmations into your mind all day long and trying to convince yourself that something is here. I find that when you're affirming all day long, you're actually knocking your feeling state out of alignment. So when I decide to create something, let's say the $10,000 a month, I'm not going to be sitting here every day telling myself, I'm making $10,000 a month. I'm making $10,000 a month. That's not what I would be doing. That's not what I did. Okay. When that was my first money manifestation, or, big jump in the amount of money that I was making, I wasn't trying to convince myself that I'm making $10,000 a day. I decided, okay, I'm confident. I know I can achieve that. I know I can materialize that as my experience. So for me, I'm going to tell my mind that's done. If you want more information on that too, please listen to the book Psycho-Cybernetics. It is a psychology of self-image and self-concept. Our mind is so intelligent. Pretty much all we need to do is feed it a goal or a manifestation, and then just align to that version of ourselves and our belief system, and we're going to see it starts to unfold. So I decide, okay, $10,000 a month, that's done. I know what I want now. Okay, I don't need to really worry about the $10,000 a month anymore. I know that I can achieve that. I know that I can manifest that. I'm confident with that. Now, what is the version of me that can do that? What are the beliefs that I would have? What is the feeling state that I would have? And I would put all of my energy, or what I did is I did put all of my energy into aligning to that belief system. So I'm a high value individual that has an amazing product to offer to the world. I am making an impact on the world. My bigger intention was not really about the money. So even with my channel, it's not about the money. It's about making impact. But whatever it is for you, that doesn't have to be it. It's fine if you want to make money. So anyways, to go back to the point, align to the beliefs. Okay. So I always know what to say, when to say, how to say it. I am an amazing business owner. I am always organized with everything that I'm doing. Everything is effortlessly flowing in my business. The people, places, and resources are coming to me. The answers, ideas, and inspirations are coming to me. I'm seeing a very clear path for how to materialize my outcome. Things like that. You start programming your mind with those beliefs. And the next important component is the feeling state. So this is where you have to really look at how you're operating in your reality. Again, the feeling state means, okay, if I want to move towards the goal of $10,000 a month, how would I feel each day? Okay. This is really, really important. What does that really mean? That means you're not going to be anxious, worried, doubtful, fearful, stressing about money. And if you're in a position where you're stressing about money, or you have bills piling up, you need to take the focus off of that for a little bit. I understand there may be pressing circumstances, but you need to kind of be like, okay, you know what? The more I focus on that right now and I allow that to disturb me internally, I'm not going to move towards the direction that I want. So I'm going to take the focus off of that for a little bit. I know that's there. It's fine. Okay. It's not going anywhere right now. Okay. I'm going to put all of my attention into building these beliefs and genuinely feeling confident, stable, and secure. This is really important. Okay. When your feeling state stabilizes, those beliefs start to naturally materialize, and the ideas, answers, and inspiration and the opportunities start attracting into your reality. If your feeling state is not in alignment, you're going to keep knocking yourself out and back into the old awareness of your reality, and you're going to get in your own way. So you need to have a degree of let go of the focus on the things that are presented in front of you so that you can genuinely align to a confident feeling state that allows for these ideas and inspirations and opportunities to be attracted into your reality and born. Okay. This is also really important too. So in whatever way that you materialize this, you want to see that a huge portion of success with anything is your ability to connect with other people and just connect in general. So if I'm constantly anxious, worried, doubtful, fearful, any of those things, my ability to genuinely connect and create my experience is going to be blocked by my feeling state. Same thing in a relationship or a friendship. Okay. If I'm not genuinely maintaining my feeling state, if I'm feeling doubtful, worried, anxious, trying all these things, that's going to start to materialize in my friendships. That's going to start to materialize in my relationships. So your number one priority, always, always, always with creating success in your life is making sure your beliefs and your feeling state is in alignment. And if that means you need to cut out a few things or take the focus off of a few things and let it go for a little bit so that you can genuinely align your feeling state, you're going to be really happy with the results that you get when you make that choice. Okay. Alrighty. So that's the overview for the money map. So again, if it's $10,000 a month, you get those beliefs in alignment, you get that feeling state in alignment, and you're going to see whatever fashion or form that manifests for you. Whether you pick up just a passion or a hobby or whatever it is, you're not going to try to make the $10,000 a month happen. You're going to get into this flow state where, like, I work with so many different entrepreneurs or, people that manifest money from so many different forms of avenue. And so that could be like you make candles, or you have a skincare line, or you're really passionate about spirituality and mindset, whatever it is. You're not going to go out there and try to make these things happen. You're going to come into alignment with this version of yourself, and then you attract in the people, the crowd, you connect with them, and that effortlessly materializes that result. Okay. All right. So we already talked about the first 2 points, which is identifying the want and shifting the beliefs in the feeling state. I'm going to go over the feeling state again for relationships. Okay. So one thing that I see where people will get tripped up, well, there's a lot of people that are getting success, which is awesome. But the people that are getting tripped up is they're working on the beliefs at nighttime, but then they're waking up each day feeling like they're waiting, obsessing over this result, and their feeling state's not really genuinely aligning. Okay. I've said in my content before, when you actually get to the end state of whatever it is that you're going to create, you kind of get into a space where you don't really care. I'm not saying that you don't care about the person, but you stop focusing on it so much because you're so enveloped in the feeling state that you're in. So I'm not checking, I'm not waiting. I'm just going about my day feeling really good, and the beliefs start to materialize and the experience starts to get attracted into your reality. So if you're noticing that you're shifting these beliefs at nighttime, but then you're waking up every day checking or obsessing or going over the past or thinking about, if it's a person, thinking about what they're doing or who they're talking to or where they are, or what's going on in their life and why isn't it happening now and how can I speed this up? That is knocking your feeling state out of alignment so much. I mean, that's just doubt and fear, anxiety, all of that. So I've said in my content, you want to create a structure to your day that nurtures a feeling state that's in alignment with what you want to create. So when I've turned things around in my reality, in my relationships, I never did it by trying to convince myself that everything was okay. I decided, yeah, this is going to be fine. That's done. I don't need to worry about that. I put all of my attention into what can I do today? How can I set up my day in a way, multiple things throughout my day that sustain this feeling state? I know I'm shifting these beliefs at nighttime, but what can I do throughout the day that drops the focus on missing this person or needing them or doubting or feeling fearful or focusing on the problems, and genuinely keeps me aligned to how I would feel if they were in my reality right now. Okay. Which means happy, stable, secure, enjoying my day. So if you're shifting your beliefs at nighttime, but your feeling state keeps getting knocked out, then you need to look at what's knocking your feeling state out of alignment and start to cut those things out. Now, I've had some coaching sessions too recently where how their person is showing up is knocking them out of alignment. Okay, so if you're getting treatment that's less than what you deserve, but you're afraid to cut it out because you don't want to lose the little bit of treatment that you're getting, you need to, but it's knocking you out of alignment. So let's say like your person is, I don't know, they're calling you and only talking to you once a day and it's making you feel like crap. Okay, well then stop taking their phone call. Okay, and take a break from it for a little bit so that you can genuinely align your feeling state. Stop accepting what you don't want because you're afraid to drop it so that you can actually get what you do want. You're showing the world how to treat you based on what you believe and feel about yourself. So if you accept certain things in your reality, but they don't actually make you happy and it's making you feel like crap, then the more you accept it, the more you're going to keep getting it. So there has to be a part of you that says, nope, I'm not engaging in this pattern anymore. I'm not doing this. This doesn't mean you have to be confrontational. It doesn't mean that you have to tell the person that they're a horrible person or anything like that. You actually don't owe anybody an explanation. You can do whatever you want to do. So if somebody's showing up in your reality and then they're like randomly ghosting you, okay, and you're just accepting this little bit of attention when you get it, but then you're afraid, but if I don't respond to them, what are they going to like it? Well, in the current circumstance that you're in, they're not really taking that into consideration with you. So why are you taking that into consideration with them? And that goes back to your self-concept. Okay. So how did you even get into this pattern to begin with? So that's where you have to really stop over prioritizing the people in your reality and taking into consideration how they may feel or like something, and really see what is in alignment for you. Because the moment that you get in alignment with what makes you happy and feel good, everybody else in your reality can align to that too. If you keep on accepting things that don't make you feel good because you're hoping it's going to get better, it's not. So cut it out. Get your beliefs in alignment, trust that you can show up as this new version of yourself, expect the treatment that you deserve, and fill your day with things that align to that feeling state, knowing that it's going to change. Okay. Alrighty. So let's talk about the third point, which is being honest about obsessive and compulsive behaviors, which I already kind of touched on this. So obsessive compulsive behaviors are going to really knock your feeling state out of alignment. Okay. And this is important for everything, but especially like relationships. Okay. So I've talked about this in content before. When it comes to shifting something in a relationship or even materializing a relationship, let's say you don't have a specific person that you want to get with, but like you've had some kind of bad relationship patterns in the past. So you find yourself wanting to check their Instagram or post pictures to get their attention, or like always like reading over the text messages that you're getting and trying to like analyze it and figure it out and all these things. Okay. First off, your relationship should not be that much work. Okay. It should be fun and light. And yes, there may be moments where things like come up and there's adjustments in beliefs and feeling state. But if you're finding that you're at a point where you can't not think about this person and they're giving you an immense amount of anxiety and grief and doubt the moment they come into your awareness, you're going to want to kind of step back from that a little bit and put all of your attention into stabilizing your self-concept, your confidence, your self-esteem, because that level of attachment is only going to get worse, okay, if you don't deal with it. So you have to be really honest with yourself about obsessive and compulsive behaviors, because if you're trying to shift your beliefs, okay, but then you keep knocking yourself out of feeling happy, loving, joyful, because you're constantly checking and looking or obsessing, or you can't stop thinking about this person and you're not thinking about it, especially in a positive way, like you're feeling defeated, then the way you're focusing on it is not in alignment with what you want to create. And again, it's going to knock your feeling state out of alignment. So you have to be honest with yourself. And when you're creating that structure for your day, deliberately cut out behaviors that are obsessive and compulsive. And if that's just in your mind, okay, so you find that you can't stop thinking about somebody in a negative way or feeling worried or anxious or like feeling like you're waiting, you need to step in and tell yourself, nope, we're not focusing on that. nope, I'm not going to focus on that today. I'm going to put my attention over here. I'm going to put my attention into doing things that help me feel confident and beautiful and attractive and radiant and whatever it is that you identify with your end state. Okay. You can do that. Okay. You can do that. Your thoughts are not bigger than you. And I've talked about this in content before. It is discipline. So in order to really manifest what you want, you have to become that version of yourself that can sustain the result. Obsessive and compulsive behaviors are not going to be in alignment with a stable, happy, secure, flourishing relationship. So if you can catch that right now and start to shift out of it and really establish this new version of yourself, you're going to be really happy with the results that you sustain in your reality. Okay. Otherwise, you're going to get this hot and cold result where like you attract your person back in, then you keep recreating the same patterns because you get knocked into obsessive checking behaviors, reacting, feeling disempowered. Your feeling state keeps getting knocked off. Essentially, what I'm telling you here in my content is you do anything you need to do to maintain your feeling state, and you stop giving a fuck if people like it or not. Because the more that you show up as the most confident, loving, vibrant version of yourself, I'm not talking about being like an asshole and like being rude to people. Again, like I said, you don't have to explain yourself to anybody, but the more that you guard your feeling state and your belief system, and you can have that level of introspection to be like, oh, I'm feeling off right now. I'm feeling really obsessed or like needing for this thing, and that's not in alignment with what I want to create. I'm going to take a step back from this for a little bit so I can readjust my approach. If you can have that level of awareness and stop caring about whether or not people are going to like it in your reality, they're going to like it. They're going to respect you, because the more that you can sustain a version of yourself that is stable and secure, that's always going to move you towards your result. So we have to get out of our own mind with that and really drop the worry and the fear and see what is important. What's important is my mental and emotional health, what I'm feeling and what I'm believing about myself, and what I'm accepting into my reality as my experience, and what I choose not to accept in my reality as my experience. And as I can get really solid in who I am and what I'm creating, and really step into that fearlessly, the results have to follow. They just do. Okay. Alrighty. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is dropping the past, the old story, and genuinely making this change, which is really what I've been talking about here. So there's a mix of people that watch my channel. There's people that want to get back with their ex. There's people that want to attract in a new relationship. And so if you're in the situation where you want to get back with an ex, or even if you do want to attract in a new relationship and you just have bad relationship history, okay, you can decide to be new. Okay. I know that sounds kind of funny. You can decide to be new. Okay. You can decide to be a new person right now. You can decide, you know what? I don't really identify with those past experiences. I don't identify as somebody that has an anxious attachment style. I don't identify as somebody that has relationship problems or emotional baggage. I've shifted my beliefs. Or I don't identify as somebody that gets cheated on. I don't identify as somebody that gets lied to, things like that, whatever. You can drop that whole story. Same thing with an ex that you're rekindling something with or attracting back into your reality. That you have to be really, really honest with yourself, because if you can't drop the past and you keep bringing up all the issues, that's going to knock your feeling state out of alignment. If you're attracting an ex back into your life, you need to think about them as a brand new person. You need to think about them as a brand new person, okay? Otherwise, you're going to recreate the same things, okay? So you have to drop that and genuinely make this change by putting the focus on yourself. Again, self-concept, what you're feeling. So if I know, okay, I'm going to get back with that person, or I know I'm going to attract this type of relationship in, I don't need to worry about that. All I need to do is put my focus and energy into becoming the version of myself that has that result. That's really how I see manifesting works. Okay. So I'm going to become this version of myself. The effortless byproduct is the manifestation. Okay. So that's what you really want to see. Is it's not about obsessing or thinking about a desire, whatever it is that you want all day long. There may be some reinforcement. You really want to get to the space where you can be like, I know that's going to happen. I don't even need to worry about it anymore, so that you can genuinely align to this version of yourself. But you have to see that it really has to be again, a genuine change. So if I'm genuinely becoming this version of myself, then I'm not going to be thinking about all my past relationship experiences. When I meet somebody new, I'm not going to be talking to them about all the shitty things that happened to me in my past, my relationships, right? I'm going to look at it and be like, oh yeah, I learned all these great things. I'm an amazing person now and like so worthy of love. Okay. Same thing with like a past relationship. Oh yeah, everything's all good. We're brand new. Let's enjoy each other. Okay. So it has to be a genuine alignment. Okay. And that's where you have to be really honest with yourself about where you are, because you may need to take a step back and just work on your self-concept for a bit before you can actually know you can achieve what it is that you want. Okay. Alrighty. I love you all so much. That was 40 minutes. Thank you for all the people that are here. Thank you for all the thumbs up, and I will see you all later. Bye.